On this Valentine's Day 1999, welcome to Daytona, everyone, and to CBS Sports Live flag-to-flag coverage of the 41st annual Daytona 500.
Pontiac Grand Prix pace car dips to pit road. Jeff Gordon, youngest man to ever win the 500, and Tony Stewart, IRL champion and rookie, bring them down. Brett Favre waves the green flag, and the season is on. Good clean 2x2 start. Gordon has a little advantage in turn 2.
Normally the first couple of laps the inside groove is the place to be, especially when the tires are still new. They get a lot of grip down there, but Tony Stewart trying to change that as he goes down the back straight, buddy.
He is that. Jeff Gordon fights back on the inside as we watch him go down into turn 3 there. Bobby Labonte in the 18, Mike, is right on his heels.
And here comes Earnhardt, the man in black in number 3. Looks to split the 2 leaders. Not going to get there. Jeff Gordon's going to haul him off the corner to complete lap 1. Bobby Labonte on the inside for second. Gordon drops down a lane right in front of Labonte to lead it.
Through the tri-oval here. That's 18 degrees of banking right there. You can see the back of the car very unstable as they start off onto the flat part of the straightaway there, which is 6 degrees of banking.
It's only the 3rd time in the last 7 years when the pole sitter has led the opening lap.
And Jeff Gordon was happy to do that because it gave him 5 bonus points. In NASCAR Winston Cup racing, if you lead a lap, it's 5 bonus points.
Tony Stewart climbs the hill a little bit there.
3 deep. Bobby Labonte wants to get those 5 bonus points. He wants to lead.
Earnhardt behind Stewart. Not willing to take it 3 wide just on the 2nd lap of the race.
Tony Stewart is showing a lot of muscle there on the outside. You see him still running with Gordon side by side. Bobby Labonte's loving it because that one car out there in front, he don't have to worry. As long as they run side by side, he'll keep that lead.
The track is not as slick as it's been all week here. It's been very hot here at Daytona, and the setups are maybe a little bit different. Certainly the cars are a lot tighter than they would have been. Here's Earnhardt making a move.
Dale Earnhardt around the outside. He's got help from Jeff Burton, Jeremy Mayfield, and Rusty Wallace.
Well, I take back what I said about that inside lane being That wasn't until Dale Earnhardt got up on the outside.
Yeah, but he's still having a battle with Bobby Labonte. They're side by side.
Well, 7 laps complete, and I've never seen a Daytona 500 go this long without at least a small pack trying to break away. But they are still, this is Noah's Ark at 190 miles an hour.
It is nerve-wracking. Here comes Jarrett again down on the inside trying to make that 3-wide move, and he does. He gets up on the back bumper of Jeff Gordon.
And the fellow they stuck in the middle was Schrader. And look at him back up in that green and white 33.
Mike, every bit of the turbulence off these cars goes right down the middle of that group. That's why they drop back when you get in the middle there.
Ride with Jeff Burton. Into the tri-oval start-finish line. Up his inside there is Jeff Gordon. Michael Waldrop up to 5th place. New ride for him, Mete Motorsports number 7. Now he feels the challenge from Earnhardt as Bobby Labonte slides up the racetrack and out of the lead.
Jeff Gordon takes over the lead, and Mike Skinner follows him right along. So does Dale Jarrett.
Back of it, Mike Skinner continues to fight his way along next to Dale Jarrett on the outside, though.
Earnhardt also is dropping back, and you're right, Mike. What happens right now is Mike Skinner is fighting back without any great help. All of a sudden, Dale Jarrett's with him as they head down into turn 3.
Here is Skinner. There's Bobby Labonte with him. Gordon on the bottom now drifting back. This time around, we should see the leaders. Number 88, Jarrett, the Ford.
Now there's Rusty Wallace running right behind them. He has made his pit stop, but he is 1 lap down. But he might be the leader after all of these pit stops are completed because he made a good pit stop. And here we do see Jarrett and Skinner coming into the pits.
They had a good move for them to pit together since they were running together.
Yeah, I think so, because they drafted together well. Gordon is coming in. A lot of other cars coming in as well. They drafted together well at Talladega last October, and they're racing down pit road there. Jarrett to get to his pits first.
The hope of all these cars is they can get out of the pits with the drivers that were leading and draft along with them. Jeff Gordon's in. Mark Martin's in. Here's Ralph.
Mike Skinner's crew goes to work on the car. They'll take 4 tires of fuel. They're not going to make any changes on this car. Work completed on the right side. They go to work as the first can of fuel comes flying over the wall. Tires are off and on. Just in front of him, Robert Presley's crew completes his work. A great stop for Skinner. He wanted a pit with Jarrett.
Now here's Rusty Wallace getting around Dale Jarrett. We said that Rusty Wallace would probably be the leader after this round of pit stops. Sure enough, he is. Even though Jarrett might have made a half a second faster pit stop than he did, Rusty got in and out the pits good, got back out there, ran 2 or 3 laps on those fresh tires, allowed him to run a little bit faster than he'd been running on the old tires, and so that's put him in the lead.
Kenny Wallace is down on the track apron as they come through the tri-oval here, and he is off the pace.
He is definitely off the pace. Looks like smoke coming from underneath the car.
Oil on the racetrack. Reports on some of the in-car radios. So they will come to the caution flag for the first time today. Green flag at halfway in the Daytona 500. Bobby Labonte comes out of the pits, and he will go a lap down, perhaps, as this field comes to speed.
Let me add to that, as they go through the corner here, 2 by 2, he might have a little dent there, but as long as he's tucked right up under another car, it don't even address the air.
One thing that we can watch for here, fellas, we got the halfway mark, but there's $10,000 for leading the halfway mark. Okay, they're going to run 5 laps, and whoever's leading at the end of 5 laps will get that bonus from Gatorade.
Bobby Labonte comes up to speed as the pack catches him. So the 125-mile qualifying winner will drop 1 lap off the leader.
That's how fast they go by.
Jeff Gordon is back up in contention. Here comes his number 24, steaming along up the outside and pulling a train with him as they chase Rusty Wallace.
Let me tell you, if you don't like the heat, you shouldn't get in the kitchen. Right there, you have to want to do this.
Rusty Wallace may have got a little nudge there. And here comes Jarrett around the outside.
Well, Wallace, I'm pretty sure, picked up the halfway bonus, the $10,000, because he's been out there long enough, I think.
Correct.
Yeah, but we're talking about Daytona 500. Look at these guys go at it here.
Rusty Wallace has 48 Winston Cup wins, 21 on super speedways, 21 on short tracks, and 6 road race wins. But in these restrictor plate races where the engines are restricted at the world's 2 fastest tracks, Daytona and Talladega, he is looking for his first victory.
I think I'm going to quit worrying about Dale Jarrett and that front end on that car. He pulled out there. He hadn't lost an inch to anybody. He is flying around this racetrack. He and Rusty Wallace side by side down the front straightaway. Jeff Gordon on the outside looking high there.
Gordon trying to push Jarrett on by and then hope that he can make a run on him. But they slowed down about a second that last lap, buddy, running side by side.
Yeah, anytime you do that, you're cutting a hole in the air there that's almost half the track wide.
Riding with Mark Martin. Roof cam on the Valvoline Ford. There's where Mark has been today, as high as 6th. Back in the pack as well. Gordon drifts a little bit high. Caution. Caution is on the speedway. Slow car in the backstretch has hit the wall coming out of turn number 2.
Jimmy Spencer, look at the damage to the right front corner of that car. That's the reason for the caution.
Here they come to the line. And it will be Jeremy Mayfield leading the Daytona 500 for the first time today. Picking up 73 laps to go.
Now here are some cars that feel this might be their best shot to get a lap back. With the car out there that only changed 2 tires, that being Bill Elliott leading the race. So they figure, well, maybe we'll be just a little bit faster with 4 tires, so they're going to make a run for it. There's Jeff Burton right here down on the inside, trying to make it 3 deep. He wants to catch Bill Elliott.
This is the 11th Daytona 500 that Bill Elliott has led in 21 starts.
Somebody better tell Bill Elliott. He's running pretty darn good. I was just watching the 2 car there of Rusty Wallace. He's led much of this race. He didn't gain much on Bill Elliott down the back straightaway.
Kind of funny, Thursday in the qualifying race, no Ford led a lap. 70 laps to go. The Fords of Bill Elliott, Rusty Wallace, Jeremy Mayfield, and Dale Jarrett lead the Chevrolet of Jeff Gordon in the 41st annual Daytona 500. Lead change. Rusty Wallace back to the front. Here comes his teammate Jeremy Mayfield, number 12, right with him, and Dale Jarrett. Trouble, turn 3. Car spinning up into the wall mid-pack.
It's Dale Jarrett, one of them.
Mark Martin is in it. Elliott Sadler, the rookie, and cars spin.
See Terry Labonte.
Steve Park is in there, 99. Jeff
Burton, yeah.
Joe Nemechek, 42.
Well, there's Dale Jarrett right there as they head off in the corner. He goes down on the flat part of the racetrack.
He might have had a little bit of a bump from the 28 car, his teammate, as they went in there.
At 190 miles an hour, it's almost impossible for the brakes to slow the car to miss the incident. You steer for the hole and hope it's still there when you get there.
Boy, that track closed up in a hurry.
We're back under green. 12 cars involved in that accident. Only one, Ward Burton, has come in and out of the pits. .20 cars on the lead lap, led by Mike Skinner in the Chevrolet. Rusty Wallace in second. Dale Earnhardt, Skinner's teammate, is in third place, trying to get up and draft with his Richard Childress stablemate.
And Michael Waltrip in fourth place, having a great run here today in the car number 7, the white and blue car.
Lead change. Rusty Wallace now at the front with Dale Earnhardt. Here's how he overhauled Mike Skinner.
Looks to the inside, going down into turn 3. He has help from Earnhardt as they motor by. Teammates don't mean much right now. They're trying to make moves here. Here comes Gordon.
And that's how they run right now. Now Kenny Irwin is the driver up on the high side in the Ford.
And Kenny Irwin in a lot of trouble right now. He's hung out there by himself. As you can see, the faster line on the bottom. Here comes Skinner by him. There'll be about 5 or 6 cars get by him before he can get back in line.
No, I'm proud of the way that he handles things. Has to be very disappointed because, you know, like many of these drivers came here with thoughts of winning the Daytona 500. But there's a lot of guys here going at it still.
And now Dale Earnhardt through the block on Jeff Gordon right there. He wants to stay right behind Rusty Wallace.
Yeah, you got it. A Ford against 3 Chevrolets right now. And you can see Jeff Gordon getting in the rumble on the inside there.
Here comes Gordon down to the inside into the tri-oval. He takes second from Earnhardt. Skinner is going to repay the favor his teammate put on him 2 laps ago. In the back straightaway, one car goes spinning, flipping wildly. That is Bobby Hamilton, I believe. The number 4 from Morgan McClure Racing. And everybody tries to get by.
Okay, this is Bobby Hamilton right there. Turned sideways there. All of a sudden.
There was smoke from the right rear as he started around. Rusty Wallace and Jeremy Mayfield lead them back to the green flag. 22 laps to go.
I was at a friend's house last night, and he wanted to know what kind of deals. Is it money exchanged or what? I said, no, it's not that. What you try to do is get somebody to work with you in the draft.
Wallace got a great restart. Look at Mayfield. Ned, he didn't. He's 3 car lengths back.
Yeah, he needs to be up there close for the drafting to really be effective, but he should catch him going into turn 3.
3 abreast, back straightaway. Now Kenny Schrader came out of the pits first among the drivers who stopped. He took on 2 tires in Andy Petrie's Chevrolet, but now Schrader's green car climbs the racetrack.
That's the one thing he didn't want to do is run side by side with Ernie Irvin as they come off the corner side by side. That lets the 2 cars up front kind of rocket away from them.
Yeah, that's the best thing that could happen to Rusty Wallace and Jeremy Mayfield, and the worst thing that can happen to Ernie Irvin. Now they're going to go 3 wide going into the corner. Look at Earnhardt.
Right down to the bottom on Ernie Irvin. The man in black puts it to the bottom of the racetrack. But I don't think anybody out there is thinking about dollars. Here comes Earnhardt to the inside.
He is.
Chad Little to the outside. And Gordon going with Earnhardt.
They were bump drafting. You could see Earnhardt's car lose traction and down the straightaway there. Gordon actually pushed him down the back straightaway.
And Jeremy Mayfield got caught out. He is back to 7th place.
Rusty Wallace lost his best friend right there in that situation.
Yeah, boy.
He'll be right up there with him.
Here comes Gordon in 3rd place now. Mike, you're actually touching there coming off the corner. Gordon trying to get that spot in. Earnhardt caught on the outside.
Here comes Jeff Gordon.
Rusty will move down to pick up a little bit of push from Gordon. And Mike Skinner pushing Jeff Gordon right by his teammate Dale Earnhardt.
Boy, this thing's getting exciting. Look at Gordon look to the inside of the 2 car.
Now I want you to watch how close he puts the bumper of that Chevrolet right up under. He did it to Earnhardt on the last lap.
Yeah, you know who's sitting right back there in 3rd spot? Mike Skinner. He's watching him do this. He's learning a lesson, but look on the outside there. Chad Little gets cut off as they come off the corner.
Skinner
I thought it was a wreck.
I don't know how Mike Skinner hung on to that race car.
And still just digging.
Kenny Irwin has moved up in there also in the 28 car.
Earnhardt drops under him. Dale Earnhardt pulls up on his teammate Mike Skinner and Richard Childress Racing. Look at this mess.
Yes, and a slow. Oh, man.
It did work. I thought it was going to be a crash.
They have to
Going
get
wide
around.
for the lead.
This is going to get exciting. Look at Earnhardt coming up on the back of Jeff Gordon down the back straightaway.
He'll try to make it 4 wide, but Michael Waltrip's going to try to make it 5 wide.
10 laps to go this time. 17 times the driver to lead with 10 to go did not win the 500. 4 times that was Dale Earnhardt.
Let me tell you, teammates are out right now. Rusty Wallace fighting back on the inside. Shows a lot of power right there by himself in the middle of this front line here.
Chevy inside, Ford in the middle, Chevy outside. Little paint traded. Wallace, Skinner in against Gordon. And look at Earnhardt, the number 3, trying to push Jeff Gordon to the lead.
Earnhardt looked to the inside just for a second there as they head down into turn 1.
And they got Rusty in the middle there, and look at him go backwards.
Can you hold your breath for 10 laps?
Boy, this is exciting. It don't get any better than this.
And I'm going to tell you, if it comes to just plain nerve, don't count out that Waltrip kid there. Michael Waltrip can drive the wheels off his car and has all day long.
Michael Waltrip has not won a Winston Cup point race. Kenny Irwin and Chad Little, 28.97. Those Fords way up high. They're chasing Schrader.
Now you got 5 Chevrolets out front.
Boy, how things change.
Yeah, for a long time it was Fords out front. And Irwin trying to get up there and change that about a little bit.
What a great shot. You're looking now at Dale Earnhardt's car down the front straightaway, right behind Gordon as they head off into turn 1.
Kevin Hamlin, Earnhardt's crew chief. All they can do is watch the monitor and watch their car come by the front stretch. Earnhardt just loosened up Jeff Gordon there.
Yes, he did. He went in there and moved the car around in the slipstream behind him there. You could see Gordon really fighting the car, getting down into turn 3.
Down the short chute. Start-finish line.
Now there are 4. It's down to 4 people. Michael Waltrip has dropped off the pace a little bit.
And it's down to 2 laps to decide the Daytona 500. Ralph Shaheen.
Mike, they have just radioed to Jeff. Protect the bottom is the word from Ray Evernham. He keeps telling them who's behind him. The 3 of the 28-31. Protect the bottom.
Irwin to the bottom. Skinner with him. Earnhardt holds the bottom. 7 Daytona 500s have been decided by a last lap pass. Will this be the 8th?
Earnhardt right on his back bumper as they come off turn 4. He started to put a move on him. White flag.
2.5 miles to history. Jeff Gordon trying to win his 2nd. Dale Earnhardt trying to win his 2nd. Buddy, where will Earnhardt make the move?
Boy, I don't know. Gordon looks awful strong as they come off turn 2 over there down the back straightaway. Kenny Irwin looks to the outside.
Right here's where he has to make the move. And he wasn't able to get that run up under Jeff Gordon like he wanted to.
But that's what we said Friday. He was this far behind in the International Race of Champions. He looks inside. He goes outside. He looks inside again.
Okay, right now he's got to pull right down on that back bumper and try to get him loose coming off turn 4. He does not have the muscle at this point.
But he may have some momentum. Here comes Earnhardt. He's all the way to the bottom. Almost in the grass. He slides up the racetrack and Jeff Gordon will win it for the 2nd time.
Wow, what a race. Oh, he gave him a little shot after there.
Now that was a love tap.
That is a dream come true for me, to race Dale Earnhardt down to the final finish, all the way down the line for the Daytona 500. It does not get any better than that. And I'm the last person, I think, at this racetrack today that thought we were going to win a race. I certainly didn't have many friends out there, but I had one strong race car. And I tell you what, I'm glad Ray Evernham and all these Rainbow Warriors took 4 tires there at the end because the car was handling great. And man, I want to thank Dale for a great race. I mean, he did everything he possibly could, and I've learned, he's probably going to tell you I learned too much from him because he's taught me a lot of things over the last couple of years, and that's the only way I kept him behind me.